Secretary of State Pompeo is in Saudi Arabia. He's already met with the king, and I believe he's held a meeting with the crown prince, the man with the power. There's the video right of it, right there. There's the crown prince, the meeting there on the right-hand side of your screen. This is all about the missing columnist, Jamal Khashoggi. The Associated Press reports that Turkish officials say they have found evidence that Khashoggi was killed in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Walid Phares is with us, Fox News national security analyst. Walid, the one thing that we cannot do here, no matter what has transpired, one thing we cannot do is to break our relationship with Saudi Arabia and therefore break the containment of Iran. You agree?
Absolutely. That was actually the statement I wanted to make. You did it. I'm going to say two things. No, thank you. Thank you for making the statement. That allows me to make another one. There is a judicial process. People, especially in the opposition here, who are rushing to break that relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, rush as if there is no judicial process. There is one. And it is, number one, a Saudi judicial process, because this is the government of Saudi Arabia, and he is or was a citizen of Saudi Arabia. He's, of course, a holder of a green card, but it's a Saudi matter that they need to address. If the international community and the U.S. are not satisfied with the justice system, then they could take measures. Having said that, you're absolutely right. We're going to break a relationship, a strategic relationship, which we've spent many decades maintaining, in the past 2 years, developing into an Arab alliance, an Arab coalition to contain Iran, to find the jihadists. That could not be in our national security interests at all. And it will have impacts. It will have at least 3 consequences. Number one, it will dismantle this coalition. You cannot have a coalition if we are in a crisis with the Saudis. Number two, it will jeopardize our sanctions on Iran. Think about it. How can we do our sanctions on the Iranian regime and we're losing the entire Arab coalition? And number three, that's another important matter. How can we also engage in the Arab-Israeli conflict resolution without having the Saudis, the UAE, Egypt, Jordan, and others? So unthinkable to break it, but we need to address the judicial issue.
But there will be a price to be paid by Saudi Arabia. I see all these financial people and executives retreating from this Davos in the desert, taking away their interest in Saudi Arabia. That they will pay a price. The question is, will that be a high enough price according to the international community?
This is the wrong price. I mean, we have our companies and our financial entities dealing with Saudi financial entities and Gulf and international. That's one track. The Saudi government would need to pay a price if they are found responsible to the family of the Khashoggi. That's what I was talking about, the judicial process. Okay. This is where we should be looking at, not at going into some warfare with no reason at the end of the day.
You think that at the end of the day, the containment of Iran has got to be stayed in place. But how about that $110 billion arms deal between America and the Saudis? That's not going to go away, surely.
I don't think it's going to go away. You know, this is something that will be done by any administration here, I hope, and any, of course, government in Saudi Arabia or leadership in Saudi Arabia. This is between 2 countries, 2 states, 2 economies for the purpose of the defense of the Gulf. This goes beyond anything we're seeing right now. But more important, if we put extra pressure because of the lobby, by the Iranian lobby or the Muslim Brotherhood lobby, on the leadership of Saudi Arabia at this point in time, we will be shooting ourselves in not one foot and both feet at the same time.
Got it. Walid, I'm very sorry that I stole your line.
There's
one thing you're never supposed to do, steal a man's headline, and I did it, and I'm very sorry, Walid.
No, you shouldn't. It's yours.
Come on back soon, okay?